Hi, my name is Michelle Wilson, and I'm Executive Director with the Sydney Downtown Development Association. And I've been in this role for about 10 years now. And actually prior to that, I owned a business in downtown Sydney for just over 8 years, and passionate about growth for our community. From what I've learned over the years is that a downtown is really important to tourism, really anywhere in the world, but for sure here in the CBRM. Often people visit the downtown, they want to see the unique shops and services and restaurants that are in a downtown, because they often convey the culture and the vibrancy of the community. So I may be a little biased in my comments, but I feel that a downtown is quite important. So especially here in the CBRM, our downtown is located not far from the airport. It's minutes from the port, where many of our cruise passengers arrive. And we also have 2 major hotels in Cape Breton Island, located centrally in our downtown core. So people coming from, all different methods of getting here can visit our downtown. So it's really quite important for the tourism industry. We welcome tourists in, I guess, a few different ways. So indirectly, our businesses welcome tourists. So, between our restaurants and shops and services, they do their own welcoming. But we try to make sure that our downtown is inviting and attractive and appealing and clean and safe and all the things. So we have also, over the past few years, tried to take steps in adding more art to our downtown. So we've since created a little self-guided walking tour through our downtown. We call it the Downtown Sydney Art Walk, that you can find on our website. And it takes you on a tour of downtown Sydney and all the art and cultural installations that are all over the place. And maybe sometimes you might miss it. And we also did our best to describe the art, and we've given credit to the artists by, indicating who created the art. So we're hoping that grows. That's a fairly new initiative, and we're working on actually adding more art to that as we speak. And we do other types of beautification. So we participate in the CBRM cleanup. We also hire summer students to do like grounds maintenance. They pick up litter and do lawn mowing and all sorts of things like that. And we also have an Adopt a Barrel program, where we invite the whole community and not just the downtown businesses to sponsor beautiful flower barrels that are placed along our main street and some other streets as well. And you can also adopt a chair. So we have brightly colored Adirondack chairs that people can also sponsor, and they're placed with the flower barrels. So they make a really beautiful and inviting attraction to our downtown core. We also work with CBRM to implement CBRM Blossoming Program, so that extends beyond downtown Sydney. So we love being able to support other main streets in the CBRM. So we help to install the flowers on the poles as well as banners. So those are a few of the key things, I guess, that we do. We also try to extend the beautification. So we purchase fall plants and switch them out in the summer barrels. And so that gets us, we have beautification from like June to almost November, which is great. And then we also do sponsor a nutcracker barrel. So they're, again, beautiful baskets of greenery that are, somewhat Christmassy or wintry. So we do our best to extend the beautification and welcoming initiatives as long as we can, because we know people don't just visit a couple months in the summer. So I think those would probably be the biggest ones. One of the most exciting ones that we see tourists really enjoying is we installed big giant Sydney letters on our waterfront last November, and it's so exciting to see on a cruise ship day, especially. The tourists are just lined up waiting to get their pictures taken in front of our sign, and we've seen lots of locals use them as well for photos. There was a team that went to, I think it was the Boston Marathon, and they all lined up for a photo in front of the Sydney sign before they left for their trip. So that's probably one of the most exciting projects that we've done recently to welcome tourists. So what I often hear is people want to be spending their money in our downtown core, and they want to be able to have that experience. They want shopping and dining, and a surprising statistic that I learned, I don't know, back a number of years ago, was that shopping is often actually the complementary activity to the main reason people visit an area. So even dining would be the main reason, but then people want to spend more time in the area and do some shopping. So it's really important, and it's so important to have excellent customer service, because now more than ever, people are looking to have an experience when they go to any business, really, not just retail or dining. So it's so important that the city play a role in this too, actually, where they try and encourage retail and experiential businesses to be located on the main floors of any main street, really, and reserve office spaces or residential or things like that to upper floors or side streets or whatever, as much as possible, because it creates gaps as people are walking down the road. So they want to see vibrant storefronts. They want to see local entrepreneurs selling their wares, and with small businesses, it's often that small business owner or entrepreneur that's serving the customer. So you really get that specialized service. And I think of some of our merchants that are in downtown, and I think of like Spinner's Menswear, and Scott McVicker has been working in that shop since he was a teenager. So if anyone knows a product, it's Scott at Spinner's, and I could give lots of examples of that as well, because these business people are so passionate about what it is that they're selling, that's really what makes the experience special when visitors and locals visit a retail business. I think collaboration plays a really vital role in downtown development, anywhere really, not just CBRM. And I often refer to downtown development as a big giant puzzle with lots of pieces that have to interlock and complement and fit with each other. So, I've heard many times over the years that if we just fix parking, that'll fix everything. But I'm not quite convinced of that. I think it's so many things. People want a clean downtown. Yes, they want to park somewhere, but I believe that people don't mind walking a little bit further if it's a wonderful experience that they have along their walk to get to their destination. So they want their downtown or Main Street to be attractive. They want to feel safe when they're coming to their downtown. They want their destination to be a great experience. They want, quality products. So whether that's, shopping or dining or, whatever the experience might be for them. So you need to work with the municipality on, having, literal safe spaces where people, aren't tripping or, whatever, that the infrastructure itself is safe and accessible. And, we're making some great strides here in downtown Sydney where we have, the majority of the street is reconstructed now on our main street. And then we also, collaborate with the Port of Sydney, because they're sending, hundreds of thousands of people up through the downtown. We work with Cape Breton Partnership to try and attract quality businesses to our downtown. I'm trying to think, Destination Cape Breton, we work with them so that we're promoting our downtown, around the world. So there's probably many others that I'm not thinking of right at this moment, but collaboration is truly important to the development and sustainability and vibrancy of any downtown. I think we have an amazing dining experience here in downtown Sydney. We have over 40 restaurants, I believe, if I have my number correct. And we're very fortunate to have people from all around the world who have restaurants in our downtown. We've got locals who have restaurants. We have people from, Egypt and Lebanon and India and all over the place. So besides our dining options, I don't think I could pick a favorite maybe. As I mentioned earlier, we have the self-guided art walk that we initiated back probably about a year ago now. So we encourage people to walk around and explore our downtown, learn about the art and the artists that are throughout the downtown core. We've got the Center for Craft and Design, which is a beautiful space that displays the works of local artisans from across Cape Breton Island. Of course, we have our many shops that are dear to me because so many of them have become my friends over the years. And they, as I mentioned earlier, offer, specialized service and, you get that personal touch. So we also have the Old Sydney Society that has a museum set up in our downtown core. And if you go just technically speaking outside of our boundaries that we represent, but still downtown, we have some very beautiful and interesting historic homes that you can visit: Cosset House, Jost House, and St. Patrick's Church. And then, of course, if you go a little in the other direction a little further, there's Wentworth Park if you want, a beautiful walk. There's our waterfront that has some breathtaking sunset views, and, you can grab a cone of ice cream. And, Wentworth Park, and then Openhearth Park is a bit of a walk, but there's certainly no shortage of interesting things in our downtown.